So much goes into making great music. Songland producers Ryan Tedder, Ester Dean, and Shane McAnally joined Access Hollywood's Scott Evans for a virtual listening party to share the stories behind 3 of their biggest hits. First, the OneRepublic lead singer dished on how the Jonas Brothers landed his song Sucker, which obviously went on to become an absolute smash.
Sucker was a song that I had written, I want to say like probably 9 to 10 months before they heard it and cut it. And we're talking about the Jonas Brothers. We're talking about the Jonas Brothers. They had already, just to give you a little bit of context, they had already, I had been approached by their label about possibly executive producing their album. Okay. And there was a song that I'd written called Roller Coaster with a couple other talented writers who did Maroon 5's Memories and a bunch of other songs. And Roller Coaster was the standout song for the Jonas Brothers. They were going to make it the first single. Their whole documentary they did was using that song in the trailer. And it kind of described their entire journey. And unbeknownst to me, that's what Shane talking about, a song taking on a life of its own with the person that sings it. They hadn't written it, but they claimed it as if they had. And so I went in to record that song with him, and I played Sucker for Joe, and he was like, "Oh my God, I love that." He's like, "Do you mind if I sing that?" I said, "Sure." So I recorded him on it, and if there's one way to get the brothers to record a song, is record one of them on it, and then play it for the other one.
Did y'all write that down? Yeah.
Anytime you're working in a band, that works. So I sent in 3 songs to Wendy Goldstein, who runs Republic Records and signed the Jonas Brothers. And the 3rd song I sent in was Sucker. Didn't really hear anything back for a day or two. And then all I get is a response, all caps, smash. And that's the only thing she says, is smash. And so I text her and I go, "Sucker, so you like it?" And she goes, "Need to record them immediately. I think that's the single." And it was that fast.
Meanwhile, Shane had a much different experience while trying to get Blake Shelton to listen to his song Nobody But You. Luckily, he got a little help from Gwen Stefani.
We were on the set of The Voice, Esther and Ryan and I, we went over there to promote Songland the first night of last season when we were debuting. And I had a song that was sort of being passed around Blake Shelton's record label. And, we hear all the time, like, "Oh, this is on hold," or "Oh, Blake loves this." But a lot of times they haven't even heard the song. It's just, the label may be excited and waiting to play it. So Blake came up to just say hi. And I mean, I know Blake, but I've never had a hit with him. And he just said hello. And I said, I just kind of felt that feeling, probably like the person I was talking about earlier on the street who thinks, should they or should they not come up to us?
Yeah,
right. I just said, "Hey man, there's a song that everybody seems really excited about in your camp, and I was just wondering if you like it." And he said, "What's it called?" And I said, "It's called Nobody But You." And he goes, I don't think I've heard it. Why don't you send it to me?" Well, they were doing lives. So at this point, somebody grabs him and says, "Blake, we're going back. Like, you got like 10 seconds to get in your chair." And he's just said, "Send it to me." And I felt like everything started moving like in fast motion. I was like, "Well, how do I send it to you? I don't have your number." And he knew that I worked with Gwen Stefani a couple of weeks before. And he kind of just turns around and goes, "Send it to Gwen." Okay, now again, you feel like, is he serious? Like,
right.
Actually do this? And so I did. I sent it to Gwen and I said, "I know this sounds crazy, but Blake told me to send you this and that you would play it for him." And she did. And then they recorded it as a duet. And this week, it is the #1 song in country music. And it's called Nobody But You. And it's their first collaboration like this, and it's just so cool.
Finally, Ester detailed the process of teaming up with David Guetta to produce Hey Mama, which included not-so-minor features from Bebe, Rexha, Afrojack, and Nicki Minaj.
This song, Hey Mama, started for Beyonce in the Hamptons, and I went and I found this
Wait. I didn't know this part about the story. So that's the same writing camp that
he was there.
You did Hey Mama from that camp.
Well, so the thing is, I did Hey Mama. Well, I did a song that had the song is from a prison a prison yard back in the day
Yeah.
where the man was like, "Hey Rosie, won't you be my woman?" So he's singing, right? And they like it was like a chant, and I went online and then I sampled it, right?
Right.
So then I did like a Beyonce, yes I'll be your woman, yes I'll be your baby. So I'm trying to be Beyonce, right? So she's downstairs, she downstairs, I'm trying to be Beyonce, and she like, so it didn't make it, okay? So that song did not make it. So Esther went home from the Hamptons. A year and two later, I'm in the studio with David Guetta, and I say, I did this one song. You want to hear it? So, because I was trying my hand at producing. He listened to it. He's like, I love this. And he was like, but Esther, the hook has to get bigger because the hook was just to be my woman. So then he was like, and the beat got to get better. So then he took it. Him and Afrojack did the beat. So then he's talking about like, Esther, you got to do a new hook. And I'm like, I am all out. And he was like, do you mind if I send it to another writer? And because they always give you the respect to say, hey, let me send it to somebody else. I said, I'm not doing well, so you go ahead and do it.
Right.
So then Bebe gets on it. So then he said, Nicki, so Bebe writes the hook. So then we get to New York me and my engineer gets to New York to record Nicki for the song. And Nicki say, who's singing the hook? I said, it's this writer Bebe. She said, you like it? I said, I love it. She's like, let's keep her.